Alright folks, we're back with another Dexposé, and this is one of my favorite decks of all time, simply titled Swords. Swords obviously mean something very specific in Magic that you're all familiar with. Sword of Light and Shadow, Sword of Fire and Ice, Sword of Feast and Famine, etc. These are some of my favorite cards in all of Magic, so I obviously had to make a deck about the sword. So you make a mono white deck, you throw in some Stoneforge Mystic, you know Pure Steel Paladin's going to be in here. Some creatures to hold the sword, like, hey, how about protection from all colors? That would be convenient, shall we say. A little dispatch, a little metalcraft going on. So when I first made this deck, 10 years ago or so, I decided to put 2 of every sword. There were only 5 swords at the time. And I had the outside hope that they would print the other 5, and as we know, there are already 3 of the 5 through, so they're coming at some point, and I've slowly updated this deck with those swords. So we should have the new Modern Horizon swords, and 2 swords are still duplicates. So you have swords, you have creatures to hold the swords. I also put in cards, good equipment, Skull Clamp, I think there's a Batter Skull in here. Good equipment that's not just swords, so that if ever you need something else, you need some life gain, some removal, whatever the case may be, you have some options. So obviously Pure Steel Paladin makes all your equip 0 and draws you a card every time you play an equipment. Fantastic card, full playset I'm sure. Squadron Hawk, full playset as well. Replaces itself in your hand, has a little bit of invasion. Stoneforge, obviously busted card, super good. Steel Shaper's Gift, hey, why not, more Mystics. Truth and Justice, so Modern Horizons 1, there's the Paladins. Swords to Plowshares, if ever you don't have the Metalcraft for Dispatch, hey, how about just the Swords to Plowshares? Mystic, of course. All the swords. Swords to Plowshares goes with the theme of swords, right? Swords, no one said you have to hold them. Squadron Hawk from Friday Night Magic. Hey, there it is. The most recent addition to the deck. Hearth and Home. We're still waiting with bated breath for the last 2. But they're going to slot into this deck for sure. Batter Skull, there you go. Jitte as well. Can't go wrong with the Jitte. Need some life, some removal. All the fun things you need in Magic. This is the Grand Prix version of the Stoneforge. I got a couple of those as well. The swords. Dispatch. More swords. I mean, the Artifact Land, because if you're dealing with Metalcraft, why not up your count a little bit? Lightning Greaves, yeah, haste. So, hey, let's take a look. We should have all 8 current swords with some level of duplication. I'm going to assume the older swords are there more than once. There you go. So Feast and Famine is there twice. Yeah, probably Feast and Famine and Light and Fire and Ice. That seems the type of thing I would do. The 2 best swords, there you go, will show up more than once. Yes, that's your 8 swords. Only slightly off camera. And then on this side, not to deal with too much glare, Stoneforge and Pure Steel. These are the key creatures. I mean, obviously Pure Steel is not worth all that much, maybe $10. Stoneforge, I don't even know. 4 times that, 5 times that. It varies. But yeah, the full play set of each. And then, some birds. I got an Indomitable Archangel, a couple of other equipment. The deck basically makes itself. And eventually, these last 2 get replaced. And we get the full 10 swords. I can't wait for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon.